Hey everybody, it's me, Victor Hale. By the way, if you're confused about the name change, it's basically, in order to change my identity from like my first channel or whatever, I decided to be a little bit more revealing, as well as to, change up the atmosphere of my channel, because, if I just kept everything as it were with like Hailstorm Gaming or whatever, this channel would be specifically for gaming. However, as time flies, I'm realizing that the email that I had originally as my main channel, it's kind of starting to become useless. So I know I don't have all the videos, but I might actually try uploading them onto here. If anybody's been on my other channel, then you might be able to recognize them. I'm going to move them over to here because while that other channel has a lot more viewers and everything, and this one is going to be used as like a backup channel, I'm going to be doing lots of live streaming and gaming here. So I'm still going to be doing that. But I may branch off into actually doing music, into actually doing like other stuff. Like you'll be able to see me playing piano, drums, etc. I'm focusing on gaming for this channel, but yeah. Also, I just wanted to give it like an update. I am still planning to finish out Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn. However, with some new developments, as well as the Resident Evil series that I've been tampering with and trying to see if I can showcase like how I've been doing with Radiant Dawn. I've been showcasing the best the game has to offer in terms of mods, cheat codes, etc. I'm going to be doing a similar thing with with Resident Evil. However, instead of like using cheat codes, for example, like there is going to be like infinite ammo and all that other stuff. But what I'm being specific about is like changing the models and animations for like Chris and Sheva to be mercenaries. Like if y'all have played the mercenaries modes for Resident Evil 5, you know how like Chris, when he pairs up with a different character, they're gonna have like a custom moveset, for example? Well, I'm gonna be trying that out. I'm gonna be trying to see like Sheva's gonna be Claire Redfield. I'm gonna see if the effects work, then everything's gonna be good. If I can make it so that when Chris fights with Claire, it's gonna be different animations than before. I'm gonna see if that can work out with my build of Resident Evil 5. Plus, I may get into audio hacking to see if I can't get any Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, Resident Evil 1, maybe even Resident Evil 4 music. Hell, maybe even some more custom music, because I barely see any music mods. The only ones I've seen are mainly for Mercenaries mode. And plus, like, the audio files are a lot different than, say, like, Super Smash Bros. Brawl, for example. The ones that are utilized in Resident Evil 5, I think it's like STD or STE or something, or STY. They're basically audio files that have scripts in them. So like it contains its own note section, and the notes will basically say like Resident Evil 5 / Chris Redfield / Chapter 1 / and like a bunch of this. And if you look up like the file online, it'll tell you the full format. However, what I found out is that it comes from, there's a program as well as a company known as StatSoft. They created these audio files because it contains audio streams in them. They're text files, but they have audio streams in them. So it's an audio, so for all intents and purposes, you can open it up on Notepad, but there's a section in the file that contains an audio stream, and that's what's troubling, is that you can't just hack the file and like change it into one audio stream file. You have to find the specific section where the audio stream is, or you have to reconvert the file to be completely custom. So yeah. The other thing I wanted to talk about is is actually Marvel related. Okay, so this might be far from home or maybe this might be like Far From Home, maybe Endgame or whatever. But does anybody remember the press screenings? The ones where they allowed people to see like 3 different screenings of Avengers Endgame or like Far From Home, and they all had like different endings, and each one was like made, and like even like Tom Holland was talking about it in interviews. Well, during that time period, during those like 3 days that they were doing at Avengers Endgame screenings, I came across a video that uploaded the ending of Avengers Endgame. Not the one that you see in the movie, a different ending. Like, literally, a different ending. They have not clarified this. I haven't seen, like, any articles about this, so I want to ask everybody who's watching this. At the very end, the ending of the screening happens, and you see, like, the first scene is like the Far From Home scene, and it's the one where like Mysterio appears, that Sandman appears, and you have Nick Fury and the other person who are disguised as Skrulls they're basically Skrulls. They're Skrulls who. They are Skrulls who are disguised as Nick Fury and Agent God, what was her name? I forget. Forget about her. Anyway, there was that scene. Afterwards, however, is where it gets interesting. It was a scene where you hear a deep voice. It's like Hulk Banner. There's like a fire, and you hear a voice that says, "Come here." And then in the background it says, "Banner, no!" And it looked like there was like black, it looked like black flames almost like Venom. I was just like, is that Venom? Are we gonna get like a Venom Hulk or something? And then afterwards it cuts to this other scene where, if anybody's seen Pirates of the Caribbean, does anybody remember Governor Swan? The guy with the freaking British wig or whatever, who played the governor and father of Elizabeth Swan. That actor was doing like interrogating an interview or mocking Eddie Brock. And it was like, you had nothing. They couldn't do anything with you. Yada, yada, yada. Somebody, like, yada, yada, yada. And then Eddie Brock says, you're wrong. The African saved me from myself. The African saved us. He saved me from myself. And in the comment section, there was a guy who pointed out there was an African that Tom Holland was talking about in like one of his interviews. I forget. But I saw that too. There was a clip of that interview too. But I haven't been able to find either of these clips or whatever. Like, it's probably like a fake ending. Like, it's definitely a fake ending. But maybe it was a fake video? Maybe they used the footage from like the new that deleted scene of Hulk, who like when Hulk was going after the family in the fire or whatever. Probably that's probably it. But I distinctly remember like a different like ending to like Avengers Endgame or like Far From Home, and I could hear a voice in the background that says, "Come here," and then Banner, no. And I could hear that in the background. So I was just like, what the hell's going on here? And then, of course, that interview. Like, the setting seemed like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. almost. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to end the video off here. But if you guys can tell me more about what I'm talking about here, then thank you. I am going to see if I can try to set up Streamlabs OBS again. However, if I'm able to, I may not need to use like Streamlabs OBS, and here's why. I I'm definitely going to need Streamlab OBS to do, like, my Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn playthrough, however. I'm not going to use Twitch. I'm definitely going to be using YouTube. But, let's go into the actual meat of the entire, like, scenario and talk about something that, I need to work on as well. So, I'm going to be using Streamlabs OBS for my Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn because Google Hangouts for Air used to be a thing where you could host a stream call and you would be able to, like, go on Google Hangouts, have people join your thing, and you would be doing your live stream via that. However, because that doesn't exist anymore, I'm going to be using that. Like, I'm probably going to be trying to actually stream on YouTube, but I'm going to be streaming through Steam, and unfortunately, I have only one problem. Well, actually, two problems. One, I can only really be able to pull this off if I'm at my house, which, as you recall, my mom is basically there, and she is a video games are the devil kind of woman. Like, literally, I had an argument about her because every single time we talk about video games, she tries to cite these articles about how video games, like, make people want to, like, shoot up schools. And I'm saying, like, number one, I looked up an MIT article and several other universities who actually studied situations involving video gamers, and it has been proven false. However, she cites one article that she thinks is canon, and while it could be the case that was going to be a thing, it certainly isn't in the long run. Plus, yeah. But enough of that, however. The main thing I also wanted, you can see why, like, if my mom thinks that video games are the devil, you can see why I wouldn't be allowed to do it in my house. And even if I could, it wouldn't be a good idea because my house is kind of a piece of shit. Well, it's a good house, like, but the internet is kind of shitty. Now, here's the other thing. Work. Work is the best place for me to do this because I'm all the way at another place and I don't have to worry about shit. Here's one problem, though. The internet there kind of sucks. I mean, really, it fucking sucks. You guys remember the last time I tried streaming on there? It produced an alternate link with no description, and none of you were able to see it. Like, I bet you guys weren't able to see it. But for some fucking reason, it did. But for some fucking reason, it happened. Anyway, so I tried, like, doing a stream on there through Steam. However, if I want to do, like, in-home streaming, I kid you not, it's really stupid, but the way, apparently, I have to install Steam on another laptop, and the only other laptop that's there that I could use is the one that's in the guardhouse. You have to install it on that computer. Then you have to install it on yours, and then through, like, your secondary screen, you then have to hit in-home streaming and, like, set everything up there. But yeah, anyway, I may not be able to pull this off, but I may be able to do, like, I may be able to try something else. I may be able to use Streamlab OBS to be able to stream through Twitch, but I'm hoping I don't need to. Anyway, if you guys have any suggestions, go ahead in the comments below, and hope you all have a great day.